just sort of shows people who you are, right?
Yeah.
What you are. Like, I notice when I wear like nice dresses, guys open doors for me more. They're like more than like my lady.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, that's the world that we live in.
Black culture is mixed a lot with American culture, so it's eating out and eating all sorts of different
fried
kinds of-
chicken.
Yeah, fried
I've had guys tell me like, you don't need all that war paint. Take that paint. I'm like, excuse me, I like this. Most of the time, I get my makeup professionally done, and I love it. But I also, it's important for me to show people my face without makeup.
Speaking of which, I spoke to a bunch of people in Hollywood asking them, if you could live the life of your choosing, what would it be? All right, are you living your best life?
Definitely living my best life right now.
Hello, Joy Tribe. Welcome to the Joy Villa Show. I hope you guys like my intro. That is, we recorded that a while ago in Los Angeles. So we had a whole bunch of episodes lined up pre-COVID, so we might actually end up releasing those. But today is the day before, the last live before the election. It's a few days before the election in America. Thank you for loving my intro. I am super excited that we are finally going to pick a new president in the United States of America. Being an American woman, it's a big deal. If you guys are in a different place, it might not be a big deal for you, but I'm sure you are feeling the pressure, right? The pressure is amongst us here in this world because anything America does, the world does. So there's a lot going on. We're going to discuss it. We're going to chat, but first I'm going to see where you guys are calling in from. So I'm going to throw up some comments. So make sure you comment, let me know, Joy Tribe, where are you calling in from? Matt Mittens, the motherhood is getting severe. The motherland is getting severe weather at the moment. I may have to dart in and out doing checkups because Kansas tornadoes is life. Are you getting some tornadoes going already? When is tornado? We really don't need any more of these natural disasters. Yes, JCL says it's starting. Oh, yes. I'm excited. I like the way the comments come up now. It's different. We just did a whole new update here at the studio, which I'm using StreamYard. If you guys are interested, you guys can click on the link and get a discount code, and I get a few discounts too. But now the comments come up in a smoother way, which this way. I'm reversed. There we go. Couples Light says, let's go. Maurice Delk says, hey, Joy. XXX says, Joy, Trump, 100%. So the question is, who are you voting for? Have you voted? Couples Light said, awesome intro. Thank you. Matt Mins is a part of the inner circle of the Joy Tribe, which means he is paying $5 a month to join the Joy Tribe inner circle, which is incredible. What that does is that helps me be able to keep things going. And all you have to do to support Joy Tribe is you can cash at me $5 or whatever you want, whatever donation you want, $5 right here at Cash App sign Real Joy Villa. That just supports. Or you can do the $5 a month here on YouTube or Facebook to send stars. So whichever one you want to support the channel. Facebook and YouTube do take a bit of the money out. It does support the algorithm because they're like, oh, this creator's, getting donations, which is making us some money, making her money. They take about 30%. So just know that if you want 100% of it to go to free journalism, I'm not really a journalist. I'm an opinion-based show. I'm a opinion-based person who loves you guys and loves having you on board. So if you want to support that, Cash App hashtag right there. But we always go live Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at the Joy Tribe, live Wednesday, 6 p.m., 3 p.m. Pacific. So welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because that also helps with the algorithm. Let's check out some more comments before we deep dive into our main topic tonight. So we got some great people here. Make America Great Again, says Couples Light. Love it. Love it. Trump 2024. Love it. 6 more days. That's right, GCL. It's JCL. It's 6 more days. Happy belated birthday to John, aka JCL, here on the channel. He's our moderator on the channel. He's my Joy Tribe subscriber and really good friend. and he's been a part of the Joy Tribe for years. He's always leaving me comments. He's the first to comment. You're quick with it. So we love you. We support you here in the Joy Tribe. Happy belated birthday. I know it was a while ago, a couple weeks ago, I think. I did wish you a happy birthday before, but I want to do that again because I support those who support me. Orlando, Ray Roman, Idaho, Dan Strikes. Citizens taking their country back at the polls. Yes, the world is turning away from the USA. Let's talk about it, Thomas. Tell me more. Ohio for Trump voted yesterday. Boom, Teresa. Statesboro, Georgia. Love it. From Europe, here, hope for Trump. Monica. Las Vegas. BRICS. Okay, with the hearts. That is true. The BRICS is coming in. If you guys don't know, BRICS is Brazil. I believe it's Russia, right? Brazil, Russia, Iran. What's the C? And South Africa, I know is the S. But BRICS is not to sound ignorant here because I don't know a lot about it, so I'll admit that. But it is a new currency that is going to be a currency with these countries joining forces. Oh, China. C is China. So it's Brazil, Russia. I believe the R is for Russia. India, China, which is crazy to have India and China jump on something, and South Africa. And you guys know I lived in South Africa for a while, doing some ministry, church building activities, reaching out to the community. And I just fell in love with that community. It was amazing. I took you guys with me. So BRICS is an alternative to using the US payment system, the US dollar. So the BRICS dollar will be a currency that these countries all use. It's kind of like a euro. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm not wrong. That's my understanding of it. Great for other countries, bad news for the dollar because the American US dollar, is the biggest currency, just like the American language. It's the currency of business. So everybody knows we're going to wheel and deal in the dollar. It's the best. Economically, if China or any other country, China, as Trump says, gets even closer to being the number one, like even if we reach number two, like right now, economically, there's this scoring system where, in fact, I'm going to look that up and tell you guys, but we'll get into it. I want to read a few more comments. Europe for Trump, yes. Kansas, I'm high desert, SoCal, Palmdale, but you're from Kansas. Mojave, missing out on all action. That's all I got. My social circle in the motherland of Kansas. Kansas, that's your motherland. Okay, well, I'm praying for Kansas. Donald Trump, MAGA. Hope the war ends. People first, then money. Exactly, Jessica Tualino. Good evening, New York in the house. Burp, burp, burp. Cash App, buy a coffee. Don't give ScrewTube 40%. Give it to the artist. Yes, thank you. Cash App, buy me a cup of coffee. That's what you're doing. And I appreciate it. And if you guys have bought me a cup of coffee, I may not get the notification on my phone. So just leave me a comment and I'll let you know. We got a lot of people here. We got 36 people currently watching. So please, we need to get those likes up because we only have 11 likes on Facebook and Instagram. And the algorithm. Do it for the algo. As an independent artist, it's not very friendly to us. So please, especially being a conservative artist, please hit like. Doesn't matter. The deep state does what it wants in regarding presence. Okay. So don't know what that means. Commenters are life. She is a commentator. Thank you. Commentator. That's right. I'm a commentator on everything. I was like, what is the word? Next week's live will be lit if Trump likely wins. Analyzation, discussion, fun. Exactly. You already know we doing it. Romano Productions. Hi. My birthday was the 4th of September. That's right. So it's already a month. I can't believe it. I just feel like I didn't get to properly wish you a happy birthday. I think I might have sang for you. Adolf Trump, of course. Yeah, of course. Right. Team Dickerson. I love the sarcasm. This is my first election voting at 21. So you didn't vote at 18, or there was no election when you were 18? That's right. You told me that this is your first election. Early voted Trump a couple days ago. Okay, I love to see it. Please like and subscribe. So let's get into the topic at hand. Who are we voting for? So I want to ask ChatGPT. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared about ChatGPT. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, explain, because we're going to be fair here. Explain the top 5 policies, Trump versus Kamala. Let's see what, oh, I said polites. I mean policies. Sorry, ChatGPT. Oh, they contrast the most. Okay, so we've got the top 5 contrasting policies between Trump and Kamala. This is going to be good. So let's look at this. The top issues, you know what? Let me do this real quick. Let me just go ahead here and let me share my screen with you so you guys can see this as well, because I love using ChatGPT because there's just, you can ask it very specific things. If you guys don't use ChatGPT, you are missing out. I got it. The end of the world, you know, everything's gonna come get us. I get it. You're right. Computers are evil, just like the internet, right? But no, really, it's just a tool to help use. You can't escape it right now. So, what ChatGPT does is gives you a lot of facts very quickly, just like the internet. But it also can do some other things, which is write stuff and create content, and you can say, you know, viral posts and marketing. It's actually quite useful. Okay, so I'm going to grant access to my screen. Let's do it. Let's do the system here. Sorry, guys. We're trying to... Gosh, this is a lot harder than I thought. I really want you guys to be able to see this document. Here we go. Share. Can you guys see this? It's an untitled document. I'm going to share it here. Yes. Okay, perfect. So you guys can read along with me. And then we'll take some questions from the audience. It's quite exciting. So let's just compare and contrast, because, you know, when we talk about policies, we want to be well educated. Top issues where Donald Trump and Kamala Harris contrast most in the 2024 election are the A word right here, which we can't say because we're going to get banned. Kamala Harris strongly advocates for A rights, pledging to support legislation that would restore federal protections previously provided by Roe versus Wade. Donald Trump, while not endorsing a federal ban, has suggested that states should decide on the legality and extent of A restrictions, leading to significant differences in approach and public perception on their stance on reproductive rights. So let's just take that issue. Obviously, I am pro-life. Life begins at conception, no exceptions, right? Are there certain cases in terms of like grape, incest, you know, I can't say these words, so I'm saying weird words for it, where, you know, if there's a child that gets, unfortunately, with child, like I understand in those certain circumstances, but know that you are choosing to end the life of a human being. Like, I think if people were educated, you guys know I have been very vocal on being pro-life. I love babies. I love children. I love women. I do not want them to be lied to. The horrors of A are astronomical. You know, women are not, they're not actually granted the gift of education on these topics. There's celebrities who will say, you should do this because I got my Oscar, because I fell pregnant and I couldn't make it. And I thank God for the gift of womanhood, of destroying the life inside me, while claiming that it's a life that I can control. No, we're playing God here. It's not okay. It's really wrong. It's really disgusting on all the sides of this issue, when we're not taking into account that we're ending a life and we're destroying another one. And the woman's life does get destroyed. Is there forgiveness? Absolutely. Do I attack the women who've chosen this? Absolutely not. But I do attack the legislation that says it's health care and all this stuff. So Kamala's policies are obviously, we're going to rate these policies on that. For her, that is a D, that's an F minus for anyone who cares about the livelihood of women and children and families. But of course, it's an A plus for someone who's like, I don't care. I want no responsibility. I want to be able to have sex with whoever I want. No consequences. Let's use it as contraceptive. What? No, it's awful and it's disgusting. So there's a huge rift between right-wing voters and left-wing voters, and some people in the middle too, who don't want even to debate this topic. But unfortunately, in this election, you are choosing the side by who you vote. So there is no, well, I'm just going to leave it up to, no. Who you vote will decide the lives of millions and millions of children and the lives of millions and millions of women. You want to talk about rights being taken away, you cannot destroy the life of a child and say, oh, women's rights are being taken away. Yeah, they are in the womb. What about the women in the womb who have no rights because you've destroyed them? Let's not parade the death penalty for an innocent life who's done nothing to deserve it as healthcare. Let's not parade that. Let's not pretend. Let's get off of a fantasy world and just be straight up and be like, yeah, you're committing a crime against your own body and against the life of a child. Here's the facts. I could almost be pro-choice if they did that. Show a video of the horrendous act of what it does to the person physically. Show the statistics of how many women go into depression and are diagnosed with mental disorders after having that procedure. Show the statistics of people who elect to do it because they just don't want to have a baby right now. It's just inconvenient. Versus the statistics of life-threatening on all the things they love to tell you, the 0.000.2, 0.0002% of people who choose it because of these outrageous emergency situations, which I have compassion for people in those situations. I really do. Women deserve compassion. This is a tough situation. I can't, I can tell you I've been in this situation, having to choose this, and there are options like adoption. There are options out there, where there are people who will pay for the life of the child to have that beautiful baby if you can't take care of it. Well, I could never do that, but you could commit an act of unliving on somebody because that's what you're doing. And I wish that women were educated in that before they made that choice. That's the actual pro-choice, is that we're going to educate people. I would still be pro-life because I believe life begins at conception, but I would at least understand it. No, pro-choice people, and if there's someone pro-choice, please correct me if I'm wrong. But what I've seen in the years I've been fighting this battle and fighting for life and speaking to women and men in these situations with compassion, love, and understanding as a woman of God and as a woman of faith, I believe in showing Christ's love in these situations, but also showing the dignity of each woman. She deserves her dignity to be told you can make the right decision. And these people who are pro-choice or actually don't want to take your choice. They don't want to give you a choice. They want you to say, we want A at all 9 months up to the point of almost of birth. And some of them are even pushing for afterbirth. Like this is a genocide, and this is why our country has fallen. Those are the facts. All right. So should we take some, this is a spicy topic. So let's take some comments. I'm just going to read a few. Hello, my sister. Hi, Real Lexit. So good to see Real Lexit. Hello, my amazing brother. We were just at I was at Mar-a-Lago, but we just saw the president. We got to see the president in Miami, which was incredible. He spoke. We prayed for him. It was a beautiful, beautiful Latinos for Trump. Lexit was representing, which I'm a proud member of Lexit. Love you, brother. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what else. I'm working to reach 1 million. Somebody said my top is leaning. Subtle message. Thank you. Tell your husband we said hello. I will. He's out there. He's outside. He's in the front room playing video games. Oh my gosh, it's his day off. I will tell him you said hello. Baby. He can't hear me. Oh, he said hello. You're so sweet. Yeah. For me, the policy that matters is religious liberties. I've had it up to here with the LGBT community's delusions being affirmed. Amen, Spencer. It's ridiculous. We got some Trump. Awesome. I'm creating a chat. Hey, Joy, long time no see. Hi, Mrs. G. Mosey. Yes. Oh, hilarious. Was my top open? Sorry. It's not that. It's deep, but it's not going to be to the. We're not having a what's it called? A wardrobe malfunction. You'll get demonetized. It's not that deep because I can see. It just looks like it from there, from the shadows. This is deep cut, but no nips are going to be seen because I can see from where I'm at. Even if it's open, you can't see anything. It just looks dangerously close. Sorry about that, guys. You'll get demonetized. I know. I'll probably also get demonetized anyways from this video, but hit Brains Beauty Trump Nation 2024. Exactly. All right. Pennsylvania supporting Trump. Linda, we love it. God bless you guys. It's amazing. Okay. Thanks for looking out for me. So let's go back to this. Okay. So immigration, huge. Just went and saw, James O'Keefe has a movie called Line in the Sand, and it's about immigration and about they're literally paying people and giving people a place to stay to illegally cross over the border. These are facts. So this open immigration, this open borders thing is just ridiculous. We do need to close the borders. I actually think we need to do a border close, unless I think it should be a lot stricter to come into America. I'm going to say it. And I'm someone who's traveled around the world, and I was like, but when you see what's happening, how these borders are it's a flimsy fence that people can just literally climb over, and all of it's DHS is paying for it. The Department of Health Services is paying for people to have a place to stay, is paying these churches. Everybody's in on it. You need to watch Line in the Sand by James O'Keefe. That film will blow your mind. I just saw it at Mar-a-Lago red carpet event, which I'm going to post more pictures of my beautiful red carpet dress. I dressed like Mar-a-Lago, shiny body suit, sparkles, huge pearl necklace, a gorgeous headpiece that my husband created for me. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. He was on the red carpet with me as our first official red carpet together. James O'Keefe was there. Tito and Amber Ortiz there. Jimmy Levy was there. Marla Maples was there. All my friends, all the people you love and know who support President Trump and the policies that are going to affect America come November, come the rest of our lives. So, immigration. Trump emphasizes border security through policies such as the Remain in Mexico policy and mass deportations, alongside plans to increase Border Patrol personnel and end birthright citizenship for certain groups. Harris, tasked by the Biden administration with handling immigration, aims to address migration root causes and has backed immigration reforms. Yeah, but she hasn't done anything, including pathways to citizenship for undocumented immigrants in the U.S. This distinction underscores differing philosophies on security versus reform and humanitarian approaches. So it's written in I feel like there's a bit of left-leaning writing in this. Now, this is from ChatGPT. I just asked it. ChatGPT is neither right nor left, but it does affect how people input the information. So I like it's a little more unbiased, but it does scroll the internet, right? Crawl the internet for sources and from their website. So yeah, this is true. But this is a leftist. Humanitarian approaches is already a leftist leaning word, because that's what Kamala would say is it's humanitarian leaning, but we know it's not, because the true humanitarian efforts would support your home, not hurt your home by helping others. So what happens if I have 3 children at home, they're hungry, and instead of feeding the children at home and locking the doors and protecting my children, I go to India and go fly over to India and help protect those children. Those children, I start feeding them. Does that make me a humanitarian? Well, it makes my efforts a humanitarian effort, doesn't it? It looks great. I post that on social media. People are like, Joyville is amazing. Look at these 3 children she fed. She flew to India. She's helping kids. And I believe you should do that stuff. Absolutely. As individuals, we should be empowered to spend our own money and do that. But that's very much what the Democrats do, is what, meanwhile, they're at home not taking care of their own, which is us, American citizens, who are paying taxes. We're paying for that. Even worse is my children are having to go work and pay for food. I make my children go out, paper route. I believe in kids should be working, actually. Okay, this is a fantasy scenario, so don't come at me, libtards. But the kids are working. But it's true. I believe in that paper route. They're cleaning houses. They're babysitting. Meanwhile, they come back. I take half of their 30% of their money. I say, pay to mama. Mama's going to go buy food with that. They're paying and expecting for food to be bought for them. But I go and buy food for the Indians instead. And you can put any other country in there. It's not about that. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what Kamala is doing. Mamala. She thinks that, if I go and I say, oh, path to citizenship, I believe in a path to citizenship too. But it shouldn't be you got here illegal. No. Deport people who've gotten here illegally. Do you have a business here? Do you have a family here? Are you contributing to society? Are you trying to make a life for yourself and you're a good person? You should get a citizenship if you can prove to be in this country. Just like when I go to the UK, I have to legally do that as well. Denmark, I have to legally do that as well. Anywhere I go, even as an American citizen, I can't just illegally cut through the border and just stay and then reap the rewards and benefits. What country does that? With that, especially because we're not taking care of our own. We have veterans who are dying in the streets. Ask the homeless man you see if he's a veteran. A lot of them are. Veterans Administration has been poorly taken care of under Kamala Harris, under this Biden administration, which is also a Harris administration. She's second in command. She's done nothing. So that distinction underscores the differing philosophies. Security of our family first. America first means family first. Not America first if you live in South Africa. South Africa first. Not America first if you live in India. India first. You live in China, China first. You have a right to say your country, Canada first. Go for it. But we're American citizens electing an American president. It needs to be America first. Sorry, not sorry. Let's take some comments. We're going to get through these. We got 3 more policies to go. It's pretty spicy, right? What do you guys think? Do you guys like this breakdown? Right. They don't get to cut the line. The ones are the most irritated. The illegals are the legitimate Mexican immigrants that went through the front door. They are the most annoyed. Yeah, because they're getting screwed over the most. They came here legally and they don't get to reap all the rewards, but somehow, Jose, who jumped the border, got a free ticket, meal, a free place to live. He can say he's a migrant. No, this is not about racism. I'm a Black Latina woman. Yes, I want more Black and brown people in this country. I want all kinds of colors of people in this country. I want more immigrants in this country. If you're willing to build the country, this country was built on legal immigration. People are like, oh, this country is built on immigration. It was legal immigration. This country was also built on illegal slavery, bringing Black Americans over here illegally. And yes, stealing land, but guess what? We're not the only country to do that. And as far as countries go we have done the most work in the last over 200 years to rectify a lot of these sins. But now we're starting to unwind that. You go to Turkey, Turkey was built on the backs of slaves. You go to, South Africa had apartheid only 30 years ago in my lifetime. But they are just now getting back into it. And guess what? There's not this Black versus white as extreme as it is in America. And they most recently had segregation. And yet they're over it more than we are. What the heck? So the powers that be want us to hate each other. So do not get into that system and don't believe the hype. Thank you, Marlena. They do not want America to turn into Mexico. Exactly. Legal Mexicans here. Louisiana for Trump. Vance. I love Vance too. We love it. You are cooking. Thank you, Matt. Let her cook, right? She cooking tonight, babies. Right? There's no soil, real estate, or land that was taken without shedding of blood always. Never mind the current day slavery where there may be. Exactly. So I don't believe that we should be hurting each other. And I don't believe that that's the way to go. But if you're going to use that past against America, when, okay, your past is just as bad and every other country is just as bad, except that we have rectified it in a way that is so exponentially bigger and exponentially greater than any other country has in such a short amount of time. We learn from our mistakes. America's not perfect, but America's growing. And you don't have to be in America. I've lived outside of America many years of my life too. I was married to a foreign citizen. I lived in Denmark for years. I lived in South Africa for almost a year. I lived in, where else did I live in? I lived in the UK for 2 years, traveling in Spain, creating films. I work all over the world. The world is my oyster, and I think it should be yours too. I love traveling. And when you can afford it and you have the luxury, it's amazing. But what about the people who cannot and who are stuck in America? And also, we're not even just stuck. I choose to be here now. I want this country to flourish. I want this country to bless God. America bless God. I am an American citizen, and I don't want to have to give that up because this country can't get right with God, get right at the polls. So let's please, please, please be mindful of who you're voting for. I'm voting Trump 1000%. And my husband is voting Trump for the first time in his life. So we got 2 Trump voters in this house legally, because Trump voters don't illegally do anything. But if you're on the fence, because I'm not even talking to Kamala Harris voters, I know you guys are going to just do what you do because you listen to Taylor Swift and she's your God and she tells you what to do. I don't even know. But I'm talking about people who are on the fence. You watch my show, we're like, I don't even know. Is it the lesser of 2 evils? Because I've been anti-politics. You guys know I've been very honest with you guys. I'm not big on politics, but I am big on policies. I'm big on people over politics. And Trump is not perfect, but I have met this man many times, being able to see him recently, seeing how he is just humbled before God, how he really truly wants this country to be great, and seeing that his policies align with my values. Of course, I'm going to vote for him. I don't care if he is loudmouth and he hurts people's feelings. He talks like my dad. Like, go cry somewhere. Get offended somewhere else, liberals. This nation is on the line. My money, your family, my family, our rights to live and survive and thrive. Because if America does not vote Trump in, I don't really know if America is going to be able to come back from that, and if that's even America anymore. Joey sounds like a good guy. Keep him for Trump. My husband, I love him. Absolutely. He's a good man. Hi, Anthony. What's up, Anthony? Joy, can you please talk on that idiot comedian? I was at MSG that night, and I'm Boricua. I'm so pissed at him. Marlena, yes. So I talked about this on my Instagram, talking about him. So that is Tony Hinchcliffe. So I actually know Tony Hinchcliffe because I watch Kill Tony all the time, and I actually love the show. It's very raunchy. It's comedy. He is a comedian. So Marlena, I totally get it. People said like, oh, it's just a joke. It is just a joke, but it was offensive. And a lot of Puerto Ricans did not like that. And they didn't, you guys did, you were at MSG. I love MSG. He didn't get any applause or laughter for that. So he knows he messed up. He is a roasting comedian, just to put it in context. He roasts people if you look at his content. And he's always talks with his nasal voice. I think Tony's hilarious, but he can be mean-spirited. That's his comedy. That's how he is. So yeah, I hear you. Should he have said that joke out? The joke, by the way, is he called Puerto Rico a floating pile of garbage, island of floating garbage. Apparently, Puerto Rico does have a garbage problem. I mean, was it tasteful to say that joke at Madison Square Garden, of all places, at a Trump rally, when we know Trump has got a lot of heat on him, and then you know that they're going to twist it? No. I don't think it was appropriate. Am I personally offended? No, because I know comedian's going to do comedy. Do I think the outrage is appropriate? No. Comedians are going to do comedy. I still think it's stupid, and I would tell Tony that to his face. Like, that was a stupid joke. Like, think outside of your own, block. And I'll tell him when I go to Texas to visit and be on the Kill Tony show, because I know I'm going to get on that show. So that's my viewpoint, and I'm sorry that you are pissed on it. I'm sorry that he did something offensive. He's not going to apologize. He's doubled down, and he's a comedian. I think that, I also think it's like, you have a chance to shine and make Trump look even better. Like, just think about that. He was just being stupid and trying to be funny. And that's what comedians do. It was a stupid off-color joke. I don't think the outrage is warranted. Don't get into this, what the leftists are doing. But I also understand people on the right, even like yourself, who are Latina, who are freaking from Puerto Rico. And you're like, why do we have to say this? I just thought it was unnecessary. Why do we have to throw countries under the islands as part of our country? Puerto Rico is America too. Like, why do we have to roast that? Like, why did we have to say that? We did not. That's the answer is we didn't, Tony. It was a bad joke. But I'm personally like, whatever, you know. So, oh yeah, you don't have IG. I talk about it. So, but basically that's what I said is, and you know, I did a whole live IG chat on that. And I think that's the thing. I hear you. If it were a bar in New York City, fine, but it's a rally for Trump to unite us all. My family's offended and they're mad. See, I agree. And that's the thing too. You just gave more ammunition. Tony Hinchcliffe gave more ammunition to hate on Trump supporters and Trump. And I'm so sorry your family are upset. I agree. It's a beautiful, yeah, I've never been, but I have friends obviously from there. And I think it's a gorgeous island and I want to go. And I think that it's very ignorant to say it's a pile of trash. But you know, someone said not a single Puerto Rican is changing their vote over a joke. You know, yeah, I agree with you. It's offensive. It was stupid, but you know, I do think that unfortunately he gave more fuel to the fire of the leftist media. And I think it's just, I would just say, like this guy says, maybe Trump wasn't the one who made the jokes. Why are people mad at him? But, you know, if anybody farts around Trump, they're going to blame him. That's it. We know it. So I know that, you know that. We're smarter than most people. But unfortunately, it's a very high intensity thing. So let's not give any more fuel to the left. That's how I think. I go up there, I would be like, should have had me speak. Shoot, I would have sang and I would have been like, America's amazing, and we have our flaws, but Trump is here to help us solve them. And remember how good we all had it under Trump's administration. Let's bring it back. You know, keep it positive. Comedians are going to try to be funny. They're going to fall flat. I think that's just it. You think Tony was a Democrat plant? That's funny. Yeah, I mean, it is embarrassing. It's true. I was in MSG. My cousin was texting me. I was like, chill. Yeah. Also, you're gonna be more pissed off because it's your family's down your neck, you know, unfortunately. But I just be like, dude, it was a stupid comedian. It wasn't Trump's viewpoint, and still, Kamala does not have your back. So you swear he was paid to do it? I know. Exactly, Mama. You get it. Exactly. No, I get it. I totally back you up. I totally get it. I'm just like, think, but Tony wasn't thinking. And I would say it to this, I'd be like, that was stupid. That was a mistake. But unfortunately, he can't even say that. And I know in true right-wing fashion, he's not going to say, I made a mistake. He's going to laugh it off and hope it blows over. And I think everyone's just going to pretend like it didn't happen, hopefully, and we're just going to roll into this election. Like, I think, unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. I mean, if I was Tony, I would say, you know, I made a stupid joke. I'm a roaster, you know, and it's been brought to my attention, you know, after I got beat up by several Puerto Ricans. Or I don't know, he could make another joke. It's like, I was stupid. Sorry about that. But also, there's no real good way to apologize for a joke. But like you said, if it was a bar in New York City, totally appropriate, totally hilarious. If it was his comedy show, totally appropriate. And that's the kind of humor he says on his comedy show. They say way worse things. Go really R-rated, X-rated, like it's funny, but sometimes it's mean. And I'm even like, and I like sometimes mean humor, but not mean spirited. You know what I mean? So he brought his brand of comedy to the stage. Who hired him? Who said that was cool? Who okayed that joke? That's also, I want to say, like, somebody's eyes were on that, right? Like, everything has to go through a strict process. So it didn't make Trump look bad. That's the facts. And I don't want anything making our man look bad. Yes, my friends do too. Yeah. I don't think he was paid, but Tony he's not Democrat. He's middle of the road. He's pretty pro-Trump, but I think he's also just a silly comedian who's stupid sometimes. Like he is. He's funny a lot of times. That was not funny. And yeah, it's a shame. Let's see. Oh, everyone loves Trump when he was a Democrat and he donated to them. As soon as he ran as a Republican, he became bad orange man, right? Orange man bad. Come on, people. We see through nonsense. Vote Trump. We need more than ever. Love it. But I heard MSG was so great. I wanted to go there. Oh my gosh. I had FOMO big time. I just couldn't make it work with the scheduling. And I'm like, man, I missed out. I should have been there. Freaking awesome. Awesome, Marlena. Thank you for your sharing your stuff. Yeah, that's a good point. You know what, Steph? That's actually a really good point. It's interesting. I think, Steph, you're right. Steph Lindsay says he also needs to say that Trump did not approve his skit because people are saying Trump knew beforehand. I think it would be great if Tony did. Part of it, though, is it's just going to add more fuel to the fire. You know, if you mention something, it's going to add more attention to it. It's almost at this point, like, let it die. But he could say on his show, because his show is every Monday, oh, yeah, you know, Trump didn't know. I think Trump should be on Kill Tony, and then they should talk about it. And I think that would be great because you could get a lot of viewers. And I think he should allow Trump to say, you know, that was a stupid joke you made. That would be powerful. Trump should roast Tony on his own show. And Tony should be like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You know, what can I say? You know, because everyone thinks he's part of the LGBT. So he could be like, I'm stupid and I'm LGBT, whatever. People think I'm gay and I'm stupid. Like he should take on the roast himself. I think that would alleviate it and it would be a fun way to brush it off. And I think because if he says a statement like, you know, Trump didn't know what I was going to say, it also is like admitting, but he must have not approved the skit for sure. And he should have said that in that moment. That would have been good comedy. If he would have, as he saw that it went flat, he should have been like, all right, Trump didn't know I was going to say that. Sorry about it. He should have taken on that in that moment. That would have been the classy thing to do. I know people are going to get mad at me like, oh, he's just a comedian, but still your representation of Trump up there, like that's a really big deal. And I know that Laura Trump was pissed about it. They said that idiot did not represent our views. So he pissed off a lot of people. And Trump should go on his show or do a thing and roast Tony for that. And Tony should take it and be like, I'm sorry, you're right. You should be like, you're right. Trump never approved it. I'm an idiot. Then it would be like, okay, cool. Like, anyways, I agree with that. George Lopez joked about fencing material getting stolen overnight. Nothing but crickets about that. Let's be adults here. Yeah, I also can see that too. I'm pissed at the Trump camp too for not vetting him. Exactly. Wow, the audience hated it and booed him. See, that's awesome. But it's not going to make the mainstream media. Like, it's so tight. Oh, Trump said on Hannity he didn't know. Yeah. Tony should come out and be like, yeah, no, Trump didn't know. There's no way anybody knew he was going to make that joke. No one would have approved that. But why wasn't somebody approving it? It's true. Like, why wasn't somebody approving the jokes, the speeches? Who's looking at it? For sure, there should be somebody literally. I've spoken at events. They approve everything that I'm going to say. Usually, I mean, well, let's be real. I've actually spoken at a lot of events where they let me say whatever I want, but it's on topic. I make jokes, but it's always at my expense or the Democrats' expense. It would never be at the person who invited me to the place expense. That is a type of roasting humor that does not fly at a rally. I fully agree. It was just inappropriate, wrong time, wrong place. Had it been a bar in New York, had it been Tony's own show, his own audience, great. But you are in an audience of 30,000 people that are not there to see you, Tony. They're there to see President Trump. And the fact that you're there is such an honor. So it's disrespectful. And if, this is why I don't like politics. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But also because a lot of people they don't get that you're supposed to be there a lot of times to make the person inviting you look good. I get that because I'm into social events. And anytime someone invites me to an event, I'm there to make someone look good. Like even the Grammys, I made them look good wearing that Trump dress because who else got those kind of eyeballs, right? That's why they love me. They keep inviting me back. We're like, why do they invite her back? Because I make them look good. Because I look good. I represent myself classy. I don't throw them under the bus. I don't say F the Grammys. I've never said that. I've always been respectful towards the Recording Academy because they invited me there. I'm a member of the Recording Academy. I never disrespect them, but I am going to be vocal about what I believe. So there's a way you can be spicy. There's a way you can be out there without being rude. That's all I'm going to say on that. Thank you. Yes, Kimberly Guilfoyle is half Boricua too. She is. I love her, by the way. I met her the other day. I've seen her many times, but I got to meet her in person. I'm gonna post the picture. She's so lovely. I actually never got to meet her in person. I've been in events, I've been in the room with her, but I got to sit down, have a few drinks with her, chat with her, and she's just the loveliest person. And my fellow Latina sister, she is. And yeah, it's dumb. Yeah. It's not about being grown up. Get it together, whoever said that. Uh-oh. Don't be coming for my Latinas here. We're getting spicy. Aside from Trump, are you also rooting for victories for Carrie Lake, Kim Klacik, and Maya Flores in their respective races? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know it. The Grammys. Yes, that's why I watch you, Joy. Thank you. Classy. Yes, I like to be classy. Let's be classy. All right, shall we go back to a few more of these? It's almost 7 o'clock. Amazing. So let's go back and read some of these policies here. Again, this is from ChatGPT. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this, please. You guys, every Wednesday we are here at the Joy Villa Show. It's getting spicy. It's election time. And if you want to support the show, Cash App, money sign Real Joy Villa. 100% of the proceeds go to helping me keep the lights on the show. It's expensive, computers, all kinds of stuff. Like I do a lot of, editing when I do the show. I pay for this service. None of this is sponsored. One day I would like it to be sponsored, which would be great. So if you want to help support the channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee, $5, $2. Maybe where you're at, a cup of coffee is $2. That's okay too. And I am actually drinking coffee at night, and that would be amazing. If you support my views, you support my channel, you support my cause, I appreciate you guys. You can also buy my music. And if you're interested in getting some help fitness-wise, Joy Villa Fitness still has some open slots for personal training online, completely incredible. We've got the 12-week program, 6-month program, Changing Lives. Next week, I'll have to do a really great, you'll see it on my post. If you follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, you'll see the freaking people are just getting life-changing results, losing weight, feeling great. So if you're interested in that, I've also got some free ebooks. Leave me a comment down below and I'll get back to you with a free ebook. Actually, I'll give it to you for free. I've got my gym ebook, and currently right now I've got my glutes guide ebook, which is changing people's butts, changing the booty, which we love. All right, so just comment down below, ebook, and I'll send it to you. Crime and policing. Trump supports increased funding for police. We love that. And advocates strong Second Amendment protections. Harris while also endorsing law enforcement funding. Oh, look at that. Did you guys know that, Democrats? She's called for reforms like assault weapons bans and universal background checks. We already have background checks, so that's ridiculous. And an assault weapon ban is, what's an assault weapon? Like, this is something they made up. An AR rifle it's an Armalite. AR, it's not assault rifle. So anyways, AR. It's so rare in this country that we have those too. Like, most people just use it for home protection, or they go out and they use it for hunting, or they use it for shooting range, just for fun, for sport. And that's really what's going on with legal guns. Illegal guns, on the other hand, which don't care if you have bans, are used to hurt people. Each appeals to contrasting voter priorities, with Trump prioritizing enforcement and Harris leaning towards regulation. They just love regulation. Never does anything. They just love to regulate. I'm getting spicier as we go along. Climate and energy. Harris supports renewable energy investments, reflecting her previous endorsements of the Green New Deal and her role in the Biden administration's clean energy projects. Trump, on the other hand, promotes fossil fuel expansion. He wants to drill, including coal and oil drilling, and aims to reduce green energy incentives, showing a clear divide on environmental policies. Well, because a lot of the green energy stuff doesn't work. I believe in solar energy, solar panels for your home. I believe in trying to reduce energy consumption. But the problem is, once you make it, and you must do it. Look at California. We've got more solar power things, and we have more brownouts. I'm in Florida, by the way, but I'm from California. More brownouts, I think, than any other state. Quote me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I grew up with brownouts. It's still happening. A brownout is like a small blackout, rolling blackouts too, where it's just like energy shortage, energy crisis, and we have more sunshine than any other state. So Florida's a lot of sunshine too. Maybe California has less sunshine than Florida. I doubt it though, because we get a lot of rain out here in Florida, which California doesn't. So why doesn't it work? There's a lot of holes that have the cracks have started to show. The Green New Deal is not great. America has to pay so much and we don't get to reap most of the rewards. It's not that they're against environmentalism. I'm pro taking care of our earth and, honoring the earth God gave us, but also if it's going to cost us money, like coal and oil drilling, I may not like it necessarily, but I'm not the one in charge who's making the money for the nation and who has a family that depends on that. Right. So I don't pretend to know about it. I do know that oil and coal are some of our best renewable sources for energy, and we can get off of them. But what's our other, like electricity? How are we going to power all these cars on electricity? Also, guess what? To run a lot of the electricity, places, you need coal. Sometimes, right? Or is it oil? You need oil to run a lot of the electricity plants are run by oil. So it's ridiculous to think like electric cars are going to save the day. And I'm like into environmentalism. I'm like, yes, but not to the point where liberals are like, just because it's the rich liberals who get to make all the money. But you know what? Coal and oil, your family is going to depend on that. If you are working class, if you're uber rich, who cares? That's why the liberals are like, yeah, stop with the oil drilling. It's easy to say. Again, this is do as I say, not as I do, right? But they're still going to drive their Lamborghinis on oil. Are they going to have all electric Lamborghinis, electric? No, they're going to fly their private planes, excuse me. Meanwhile, be talking about, oh yeah, it's killing the environment. Like, no, this is just another false flag to try to showcase, like, I care about America, and Harris does not. And also, this is not necessarily her policies. I have to keep saying that because she's just copying what Biden did, and she's just trying to say, oh, she's doing this. Well, you were under Biden for 4 years and you've done nothing. What makes you think a non-elected official, because you were never elected, can run for president and just assume the throne and everything's going to magically disappear? No, we remember, because it was only a couple months ago. It was only this year and this whole last 4 years that you've tanked our economy. Idiocy. Oh, I bet some of you guys want some comments. Let's throw up some comments here. I haven't been reading them. Yeah, I think LA has Pacific Power. I'm in Kern County, inland, and we're on Edison. We don't get those. It's great to not be in the mainstream. Yes. Energy resources have been established decades ago. They're very effective, efficient, and mobile. 5 minutes to fill up your car and go another 4 hours. Exactly. I agree. Me too. I'm stressed out. Uh-oh. I know. It's a stressful situation. Will I ever wear that dress again? I might. I just might. Yeah. Yep. Who doesn't make mistakes? We all do. That's true, Marlena. I'm glad you see that. Yeah, we all make. Did you know Kim used to be Gavin's wife? We all make. Yeah, of course I know that. We all make mistakes. Poor Kim. She got out of that freaking narcissistic relationship. Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, let's go on. Please keep commenting, Joy Tribe. Love you guys. We're going to go on to the next bit of information here. Let's see what it says. And then I'm going to jump off soon. It's 7 o'clock. So this will be the last thing. Love chatting with you guys. Let's see. Where are we? Got a bunch of things open. Foreign policy, NATO and Ukraine. So this is where it becomes very distinctly different as well. Trump criticizes NATO spending by member countries and has suggested he might limit U.S. defense commitments to allies who do not meet certain financial contributions. In contrast, Harris endorses current U.S. support for Ukraine and NATO, focusing on maintaining international alliances and aid to defend against aggression. You kiss their ass and give them a bunch of money. That does not mean they're going to help you. That's the sad thing. The spending that we're doing is insane, because I don't think we should be so committed to our allies in defense. I think we should be committed to our country in defense. I am not a neocon. I hate war. And I think that, to be honest, too many neocons, too many Republicans want war, and they want to just go in and do all this stuff. And I don't like it. I hate it. War is evil. So that's it. Trump 2024. And I might just have to wear the dress again. The Grammys is going to come up in February. Hopefully we've got Trump elected. I'd love for that to happen. I'm voting for Trump. I hope that you're voting for Trump. I hope that this illuminated some of the policies. This is really for you to have clarity and also to be able to talk to your friends and family who are on the fence, because I think the fence voters are always the ones that dictate the election. Republicans are going to vote Republican, straight ticket through. Democrats are going to vote Democrat, straight ticket through. Who decides this election is the fence sitters, the middle of the road people. And thankfully, thank God, they have seen the devastation of a future Harris-Walz campaign, as evidenced by a Harris-Biden campaign, a Harris-Biden administration for the last 4 years. So they should be like, oh, I can't reelect. What doesn't work? That's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So the fence sitters, we implore you, please, this is the most important election of our lives, of our lifetime, perhaps ever in the country since the first election with George Washington, truly. And maybe then Abraham Lincoln. It's probably going to be, this is historic, because this may be the last fair and free election that we have. And if we don't elect Trump, Trump's election was the last fair and free election that we had. So prayers, be calm. Remember that Jesus is in control. God is in control. Whoever sits on the throne, God still sits in the sky over everything, right? He is still the God of all gods, the King of all kings. So we will be okay, even if we have an evil dictator, an evil, leadership in the Harris-Walz, leadership. Even if they get elected, guess what? Jesus is still king. God is still good, and prayer still works. So do not be dismayed, Joy Tribe. We're going to be okay. I love you guys. I will see you next week. Yes, Lord help us all, and he will. So cast your vote, pray, and do not let things stress you out. We love you. We're going to see what happens. It's quite exciting. It's quite monumental. And I will talk to you next week on Wednesday, and hopefully we'll be celebrating a Trump presidency. 4 more years, 4 more years, 4 more years, 4 more years. Love you guys. Talk to you later.